follow is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. Have you ever been in a new environment before, where it's your first time, and you don't know what the factors are going to be? Well, for Nam, that was him 1 year ago. A young bulldog from a young puppy. He's been around the block. You don't win 2 medals and make the Masters class for a reason, and get 11 regular season wins, and be the top of the heat in Super League and Group B. Sure, he didn't get the ultimate goal of winning Super League, but his goal was the experience. But you know what's fitting? He gets to play another teacher. He played M last year in round 2, but then he gets this teacher with the gold standard. I'm not talking Varigold, I'm talking Goldie. Someone new on the block, the new kid on the block, enters D1. And you just wonder, here we go again? Well, we've seen this movie before. Not once, not twice, but thrice is about to occur. I hope you like what I did there, because it's 8 o'clock prime time with the boss. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nam versus Goldie. It's going to be a good one here. I mean, we have been in it for a show. We have done everything in terms of finding the rhythm, going with it. But we enter day 2 looking for an absolute masterclass in performance. What a crazy night last night was, and what a crazy night we're in store for. It's going to be good, it's going to be epic, and we cannot wait to bring you the action. But before we get to that, let's get to the schedule. And the schedule goes as follows. Well, Bowtie and Gold play in the Slytherin region, and let me tell you something. A classic Game 7, but unfortunately for Varigold, it's been a trend. Just not enough to get through on those Game 7s. And Varigold, another tough loss to Bowtie in a 4-3. Then I'll have to wait for T2 to come back. Bowtie will see what he can do. He's got either Lane coming in or M, which will be interesting. Now Goldie coming up to start the region. Gryffindor region did not play yesterday. This is the first game of the Gryffindor region. Cannot wait for that. And then we have something unique here. How about the old Ravenclaw region with Ed and Andy, 9 o'clock? And then we back it up with the same region Gryffindor we're playing here, 9:30. Are you kidding me? Could be a fun one in terms of doing a triple header with the old watch parties. I haven't done that. I haven't broken that triple header one out in a while. Looking forward to that. Then Ravenclaw again, Tago H to cap it off with Shore at 10:30 Eastern Time. Christian Tago coming in with a lot of success from Space September. Can he figure it out and figure it in? We'll find out in a little bit. Well, the matchup preview is simple. We start with Nam, as I said, 11-5 last year, 10 real wins, 1 smoked out win with Clint. But he got the job done. He represents the number 14 in the great state of Florida, Sunshine State. And of course, 2-time medalist, of course, here in March, got the gold bronze medal, and then he backed it up in Jungle July with an old silver. Of course, he finished a runner-up as his career best in that same tournament, Jungle July. Represent the Masters class, which has taken a little bit of hits so far. Now, the rookies coming in, we saw Knight lose, but for Goldie trying to back it up, 8-3 in D2 last year, of course, won T3, which was June Gelato. She scooped the ice cream and took it to the parlor with a little extra sorbet on top. Balmissimo. Use a little Italian slang there. Keep it cool, though. Green reverse card coming in on the Empire State New York. 31 is her number. Of course, doesn't have any career accolades in D1, but does have a medal down there. Just some type of award in D2. We started to track those out. For Nam Goldie, well, who they play in this pod is going to be a good pod. We got first Nam and Goldie, right? The old bottom half of the pod here coming up shortly. Then Julio Caesar and Matt Johnson. The return of the Mac versus the Brazilian Badass. It doesn't get much better than that at 1 o'clock to round out the all round. Myself and Caesar will round out the round. The two guys that are probably working the hardest in terms of logistics. Looking forward to that. Then, 2 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock specials Friday night. Chamba MGR, looking forward to that. At 9 o'clock, Chamba trying to get some revenge after last year's Super League. And then Cody Lamas Retro. The old famous words of Cody, last famous words of Cody, the old bot. Crappy next-gen bot, as he likes to call it. Crappy parts. That was the old saying of that game. But Lamas looking for revenge after he lost to Retro in 7. Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, 8 o'clock during the halftime show. We strategically picked that one out. But that is now then, and we go. That is later. This is then, and joining me in the booth as we go into the scene, well, none other than the guy that unfortunately I took a hard L last night, but he's back in the booth, William Brock, and of course we got Abion coming in here to rep the game. Should be a good one here from both players. They know what to expect as well. Nam and Goldie, who will be typing. Looking forward to see what they both got to say in the pregame. All right, but first let's go to my main man, William Brock. Brock, welcome back, man. Obviously, you hate to see you take the L last night, but you're here to commentate the game, do your business, do the job. What do you think we're going to expect tonight? You've obviously have played Nam verbatim. You've never seen Goldie, but what are we expecting from Nam tonight as he comes off a interesting off-season? What do we got? Well, that's what it's all about, man. It's about making that run. It's about making that final break to get to where you need to be. And I really think what you mentioned here, Brock, I think it's very important to note. We have a lot of players that play quick and the speed demons. But sometimes those speed demons, they take a center stage back. So I'm interested to see. Let's go to Nam here. Nam, I want to know, you talked about this in the pregame here leading up to the game. KT, it's about having fun, right? It's about having fun. It's about enjoying the moment, enjoying the process. Well, what did you have fun during the off season that's made you a better player compared to where you are playing right now? Oh, boy. I'll fix the audio. Don't worry about it. But, answer that question. I'll fix it. For now, type to that. Give me a second. Let me fix that. Brock, go ahead and say something real quick. Brock. Okay, yeah, there's something. I see what you're saying. It's a property thing. I don't know. How about now, Brock? Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'll get it fixed. Brock, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, while I get this fixed, give me one. Let me just mute it. I'm going to make sure it's good. It's good.
I can hear you.
Okay. Sanford, you're going to be joining us, man? We'll get him later. Hold on.
I was more trying to just see if Brock was cutting out while in here or if the stack was on the stream only.
Yeah, Sanford, can you be my audio man? Man, let me know if you can hear Brock. We'll get him in a second. We'll go to Goldie here. Yeah, I guess.
Hear him, but like I said, it's staticky on the stream.
That's weird. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll look into it later. I'm probably clear as day. We'll go to Goldie. Sorry about that. Let me read this off. He said, Grimland was a fun event. Ended up losing for it. Was me having a KT voucher out in that. He's been enjoying the occasional practice, gearing up for News. It's go time. I'm going to still taste here, but try to enjoy the moment, which I've been working on as well, of course. Goldie, obviously for you, I know your old adage, take it one bite at a time, one step at a time, one game at a time. I know this So my question to you is simple. What have you been doing in your life to not only balance Uno and that message of one game at a time to apply to the table tonight, as you also make your debut here on the stream with the boss and the D1 environment? Feel free to type that out. Now, Brock, I'll have Sanford check the audio here. Where do you think Goldie's got to do to rattle the cage? Obviously, you played Jenna and you lost. How do you think this is going to affect with Goldie coming in here as a rookie with basically house money? Brock? Sanford, can you hear him?
I can hear you just fine, yeah.
Brock, you can't hear right though. Oh, Brock may not be talking that time. I don't know. Yeah, wait for Brock to come. He might have won it. Well, Sanford, you actually have time, man, to help me commentate?
Got a little bit.
All right, I'll give you. Let me ask Nick if he can hear. All right, appreciate. Like I said, I don't have short years of EP in me. Let me go back to this. I'm most excited to get the chance to show I'm made of. I think my work helps me out a lot because I really take one day at a time my job, so I'm going to extend with the mindset into, who knows, well, we're just talking about a deep breath here and keeping it slow. This is more than the trick. I like it. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. We'll go to Sanford. What do you expect here? Obviously, you're the creator of the bracket. We've had some, oh, man. Crazy.
Some interesting results?
Yeah, let's go. We lost JT, but that was a little bit more kind of Sanford a la 23 with Tapir with the whole craziness and a little vapor flu game there. Brad just unbelievably lost. And sure, he got out +2, but what are you expecting here? We saw Jenna beat Brock, and this is very similar. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, I'm looking for Goldie to try and maybe steal one early, get underneath Nom's skin. Nom's been a player that, it's no secret, you can definitely get underneath his skin a little bit. You can get him playing that self-doubt game. And Uno's a game of confidence at times. So I think if Goldie can steal a game early or two here, Nom might be in trouble and might be a Super League hangover curse or something that we might have to start investigating.
Well, boy, more investigations just we need. Brock, can you hear us? Or are you busy? Yeah, you might be busy. All right, we'll get Brock later. Apologies for that. Well, tonight will be our ref. Will be Abion. Abion's going to take us down to the table. I'll have Sanford in for a little bit here. Old classic KT Sanford. Looking forward to it, baby. All right, Abion, start us up, man. Start it up. All right, Ref 5. If you don't know the commands, Ref 5, obviously Nom, the home team, Goldie on the road for the first ever career D1 game for Go. Apologize for it. I have apologies for technical difficulties. I actually had found out, Tapira told me this, they had messed with the audio on the OBS, the settings at the same time on Microsoft. It messed up my whole OBS, messed up everyone's OBS, so that actually was a little bit different.
Avian, doesn't Nam go first?
Yeah, I mean, close the game, mate.
Uh-oh. Yep.
There, just close it. Dom goes first, yes, sir. I don't know what happened to Brock. Best of 7, 2-2-1-1.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, Brock,
Yeah,
you were going.
yeah.
You were cutting
I
out.
got you.
I don't know what happened, man. Internet, all good. Power play 1. Looking forward to it right here. I got him. Nom, first game. Welcome to 2025, my friend. How many cards to start us off the new year? Sting, you know the drill, man. Watch party chat. We'll go 14 for the number 14. Here we go. Abion puts us in. Nom ready to put on a show. Goldie ready to put on a show. Let's see how it goes with the Red Ghost when we're underway. In the third
Good
D2,
luck.
D1
Love
cross.
to see the sportsmanship.
Yes, sir.
Love to see that.
Well, Sanford, we're going to talk about Nam. He talks about playing this effective style. I expect both players to play extremely quick. Do you think that holds up in a sense that this gives, as Nam switches over to Yellow 9, does that give Goldie life knowing that she is playing a quick player? Same as Nam, but there really is no equalizer of pace differential?
I guess it depends on really what style she wants to play here. Because if she prefers the quick style, then yeah, it's gonna be playing right under her boat. But if she's one that's gonna try and play slow, it can sometimes be a little bit concerning, and it can kind of throw some people off sometimes. So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we'll have Charles Sanford as my main man on the table, and he'll check the card histories. Nam goes for a triple play into the green Chama gate. Brock, we talk about the. Yes, thing.
That is decently weird because I feel like Nam is generally one of those people who likes to not rush it, who likes to get a winning amount of ammo and then use it all at once. So I feel like it's very interesting to see him do that triple play like early on as we switch into blue here.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. We'll go over to Brock here. Brock, we talk about the fade look becoming a staple in the league now. When do you think is the right time to play the fade? And there we go, into a while early. When do you think is the right time to play the fade for a rookie? You saw last night very well. As Nam goes for a crazy
Well,
+2.
I would say for a player with any level of experience, I think it would be when you don't really have much cards of the same
Nam
color,
Uno.
but you have a lot of different colors with the same number. I'd say that'd be a good time to use the fade.
Well, here comes Goldie now.
Nam at check. Yep.
Yeah, Nam at check.
Well, Goldie's preparing something.
Gonna go
She's
ender-
cooking something. Changing
ender-
it to yellow.
End around
Nice
play still,
triple.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. End around play, classic. Sanford, you know that move. Back of your hand.
Uh-huh. Oh, interesting to table check for us, even though we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, Sanford's going to do that. I got to control the board.
No, you're fine. It's old school in a way.
Yeah, real old school, for sure. Of course, you can have the commands and the toggles all at your fingertips now with the bot stats as well. Don't have live analytics yet. We'll see if we get that next year. We'll see. But everything else is available. Well, right now, Brock, it's been hold the phone. A little triple play. Goldie's going to get us out of that break. I think this is going to be
so
a...
Nam's still drawing. That means 2-color strat for Nam. At least that's the look he's giving.
Never mind. He's going to break it. Okay, I agree. 2-color for sure.
And man, that was instant. It was like he knew it was coming.
Oh, leaves it open.
Oh,
Draw off skip. Okay.
not the worst card to leave it open on.
Well, now the question becomes, we go red 1 here, Sanford. I was just
A
about
yellow one.
Well, Brian to the Brock now.
And that might be exactly what Nam needs.
You know, we wonder here if that's too aggressive on the switching, it's game over in an instant. That's the thing, Sanford. When you make those quick switches we see with Tago, it's one wrong move and the game's over. So we'll see what happens right here.
Yeah, it's interesting because Nam was drawing on yellow before, so don't expect him to have a whole lot in this color.
Comes Goldie loading up, looking for a possible finish.
A wild +4 into green, down to 2 here, and then back up to
All right,
6.
Sting, you go ahead and be my table guy. There's the counter back. Someone can be my table guy. Go ahead. I'll start giving out rolls. That's pretty fun, actually. Now that we got a 4-people booth. So I got Sting on table, Sanford on card history and color, and then Brock, you're also coming. There we go. That's good. Good plan.
Fair enough.
Sting, what are we looking at the table right
We are
now?
entering.
What's the score right now?
We are entering Draw City here. Nam is maintaining consistently 1 or 2 cards above Goldie here. And it's really, honestly, probably irrelevant once we get up here. It's just going to be whoever can make a move first will probably take control of the score.
The old top deck. You know, Sanford, we talk about this top deck, Draw City. When's the time to break out? Do you think Nam, thank you, Robbie, I appreciate 5 on the dot. Do you think Nam, who plays this already style, wants to build up a run as we get top deck, as I just mentioned, both will do a top deck? one down. Do you think that Ari-style run can still exist for Nam, where he can able to play a cleaner, maybe not move to the end, but play more defensive, where he did really well later in the season?
Definitely still work. The only danger, obviously, of doing it is you do open yourself up to the power play. But
It's early.
in a early game like this, you're not really going to use it, so it's a good spot to throw it out there and at least, very least, make sure that your opponent has to be wary of it for later on.
Brock, you saw this with Jenna last night, Draw Cities. Did you feel ever tempted to maybe not break out, but let her break out of it first?
Sorry. And there's a color change, and we've escaped the city.
Escape the city, says Sting. We're moving on to the highway now. Brock, your thoughts on that with the Draw City? How do you manage that as a player?
Well, for me personally, I just typically try to break out of it first. Because if you have good cards,
No, I'm drawing.
like I feel like it could give you an advantage.
Yep, now I'm drawing Sanford right now. You got to think what we got in card history. I'm going to let you look that up. What we got? Anything big?
The interesting part, we're on red, but if we do go back to yellow, it's interesting because until there's a reshuffle, there's only 7 yellows left in play, one of which is a skip and one's a +2.
Here's the big
Wow, Goldie starting up a big play here, changing the green to blue
one.
skip now.
Do a quint.
Rainbow skip yellow?
That'd be crazy.
Oh.
No!
And she's at Uno.
At the chip.
Nam calls him out.
But you missed it!
No!
Wow.
Devastating.
Spacing.
The double exclamation point as well, I think. That might have...
Yeah, remember, it's Uno play B8 exclamation at the end. You don't need 2. That's huge for Nam.
That was brutal.
Sting, go ahead and do that. You can do that picture thing.
It's
Nam play his own card.
It's going to be really, really unfortunate if this ends up costing her the game, maybe even the series. That would be terrible. Well, Goldie's back up to 4, and she gets a nice double play to go back down to 2 here.
Sanford, you think that's nerves right there? First D1 stream, a lot going on to manage.
Goldie is back to Uno.
Well, that's crazy. Does not have a count. I was going to say.
But Nam stops her. 2+2s. Red reverse, red 0.
Almost wonder if maybe should have flexed there instead and just gone for the Uno or the wild last. But
and now Nam's back in control of the game. They're relatively even on cards, but Nam's got the first turn advantage here.
I don't think it was nerves. I think that one was more just honest mistake. Seemed to not realize that was not 2 exclamation points. So
yeah, Goldie hits back +6, wild into the blue.
Yeah, back to
She's
Keith.
back to 2.
And
Incredible work from Goldie.
There's only 2+2s left. None on yellow, none on blue.
We'll see. Goldie might have a finish.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that a lot of the blue ammo has been depleted. And Goldie gets to Uno again. Blue 3. What will Nam do?
She also used the 3rd normal wild. So in addition to only 2+2s left, there's also only 2+4s and 1 normal wild.
When you deplete the ammo, Sting and Sanford, that usually becomes percentage Uno. Let's see if Nam has the percentages figured out. He's going to take his pad and take his time on the last card.
Taking wild.
Huh?
Very unconventional for him, that's for sure.
What, taking his time?
Well,
Yeah, taking his time.
He did it. We saw this in Super League. Sanford knows. We saw this in Super League with him. He did take his time in these last plays.
The interesting play about using the 3 here is also there's only 2 3s left. 1 in red, 1 in yellow. So there's not much that... He can't really swap off this. There's not much left in there to be able to swap it.
And remember, it doesn't matter. We know there's no +2s coming from Nam and Blue. He has to pick something different. He wants to give cards, Brock. Let's see if he makes that decision.
Now Goldie's typing again.
Could be a little mind game trying to get Nam thinking, right? No.
No,
there's not. Yeah. Oh, but Nam's back.
He's going to go for that
Into the yellow 3. Does Goldie have it? Wild red to win the game. She takes game 1.
Sting, you want
Nam's going to start again.
You want to throw a question, man? Or you want me to take it?
I'm going to say this. Look at this. All 4 normal wilds.
I got it. All right, let me throw a question. We'll start with Nam. Nam, now you figured out the style of Goldie. He was playing very high percentage here, switching when need be, not trying to rush the control. You decided to fire back on that +4 as a defensive measure. We saw this with Brock last night. Did you feel a little bit more hesitant in terms of understanding the style of Goldie, who's playing similar to you, with the runs, or did you feel you were outclassed on the 4 wilds and you couldn't control the colors? Let me know. Goldie, for you, my question is simple. You pretty much, excluding that one error, well, first off, was that error just straight nerves? We'll just ask that off the top. Was it straight nerves or just an honest mistake? Get that out of the way. Genuine error, gotcha. 4 wilds, gave her the control, couldn't do much. She got there, spot my bad. Data, it was data, okay. So excluding that genuine error, right, you became more of an offensive player when you did that quintuple into the blue A. Sure, you picked up 3 cards. You eventually got back to the blue wild. Were you trying to isolate Nam, maybe to stay on that blue wild to say, okay, maybe there's another +2 and flush out the ammo from him? Or are you trying to play offensive Uno, knowing you've seen Nam's defensive tactics earlier, trying to use the end arounds? Let me know. You know, Brock, the fade, it popped in there. Okay, let's see what she says. But it popped in there, but we didn't see a lot of the fade. It was more this eco style versus control we saw against you and Jenna. Nam, he didn't want the control, but he tried to play eco mode. Goldie, in a way, was playing eco and control. How do you sum that up, knowing you can play both sides of the sticks, especially in a game like this?
Yeah, because, being able to do both can give you probably the biggest advantage of any player in this league. So if you're able to do both that, it should be able to take you all the way.
Sanford, real quick, let's Goldie ties. What do you think the in-game adjustments has to be for Nam to get back on the board here? Well,
because we saw that he was able to get down to Uno, or at least close to it. So he's playing well. I think there might be a little bit of that, just get to the Arya strat, not necessarily give Goldie cards if he can avoid it, but that takes its own kind of mental fortitude almost to not do it. And you also have to still plan it right and make sure that they don't beat you to the run in order to hold on to those cards. So I think Nam's still in a good spot. He's playing well. Just a matter of getting a little bit slightly better hand in terms of more favorable and less action cards on her side.
Goldie says I was planning to play some isolation, still getting used to the ammo ahead on it, since I'm checking cards history as well. It always feels like there's more that just stays in the deck. Honestly, my hand came. I was hoping to go back to clay. I used it a few times. It just took me to find. Yeah. Okay, so definitely trying to use the old leverage into the new leverage. It's an interesting strategy, man, because you look at the way this league works, Sanford. We've seen that classic hold off on the ammo plates. Obviously, we both have that in the back pocket, but you can see with this bot, you can get more creative. We talk about the playbook. Well, you can rip it up. We've never seen anybody play on this bot other than the Super Leaguers a little bit, and not all of them had the 4 command chains, everything available with the power play. Nam didn't get to the Elite 8, so for both of them, it's a learning curve, and you wonder if that took a shape for both players. Now, we'll go to Game 2 here, as Abian goes for the log. Nam, it's a free board, buddy. What, are we going to run that back, or are you picking something different? 9:39 on the clock. What do we got? Going 1 down. All right, keeping it high. It's here. Here we go. Starting it up, and we are live in 3, 2, 1. Abian, hit it. Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll go into M. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Sanford, shoot. Someone needs to do a 24-hour reminder. Cody Smart, do it.
Which one?
He just
Todd needs it.
It's going to be dripping hard.
Oh, okay, yours.
Yeah. But you see the format, how we do it? That'd be great if you can do that.
Yeah, I see it. I just have to get the right people.
I think Sky's reffing the game. It's a non-stream. Just drip hard. I'm not reffing that. I'm reffing Sting's game tomorrow at 9. Anyway, we'll go to Blue 9 here.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
It's fine. Goldie now into the Blue 9. Or Blue 3, excuse me, after the Blue 9. We'll go back to Red 3. Quick crossover right here.
Stayed in blue in the entire game. I was about to say that, and
Let me guess, Pacific Ocean or something?
now we're in red.
All right, Red Sea, Pacific Ocean. I got you. But now let's look at this from an analytical perspective here. Brock and Sanford does a reminder. The fade, that's the first fade look from potentially not. Do you think he can maybe rehash it back to blue as Goldie goes in for a little color switch to green? Rehash it to the blue to the end, or do you think Goldie's starting to find out control as the pace goes quicker?
For me, I think it could go either way.
Go either way. Yeah, we'll go on a quick yellow from Nam. He's going to try to pull the pin right here. See if he can do it. Play cool right here. Sanford, it's this high percentage, that usually when you get more ammo, it becomes more existent. But right here, we don't have that with this being low ammo, and we continue the yellow 1. You'll wonder if this continues to become a cleaner game, or Nam has to slow the pace down, pace management, because the pace has been matched pound for pound right here. There's no difference.
Could be. I'd also argue that this could be a case of the bot trying to maybe play a little bit of favoritism in the way that it's going to not give ammo this game. So maybe this one is still a the high percentage plays and trying to anticipate where that ammo is going to come
Blue
from.
Wild into KT, and it.
Well, it's not going to be a classic. I think.
Yeah, it's not a classic, but
ice out for Nam. Ice is out now. Well, there's Nam. There we go.
There's Nam.
Nam
draws a Nam here.
Nah, he's not liking
Goldie's
this
turn again.
Stay real quick. What's the score looking for the fans at home? What do we got?
We got Goldie at 4, Nam at 6, but Goldie's in the middle of a combination right now.
Yes, sir.
She's got a blue reverse, and she wins it.
Oh,
2-0 Goldie.
Oh boy.
Dominating fashion here. And man, she's been playing really well, but also Deluxe been on her side.
Yeah,
she's got everything right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, Sanford, let's face it. You play 5 regular wilds plus 2 plus 4s. And we saw the opposite last night with Brad and old Zach over there. Zach had 1 plus 4, and Brad had 5 plus 4s. But Brad, he was plus 6 or minus 6 on the plus 2s where he had 11 plus 2s versus 5. Here, Goldie's just dominating. Look at this. 14 plus 2 skips reverses versus a measly 8, and then you got 7-2 on wilds and plus 4s. I think it's definitely coming down to luck here a little bit.
Nam's got the advantages, plus 2.
And Nam, a little post-game bantery. He says that he had to finish if not for that wild. I'm not sure how much I believe him.
No, I believe him. I
believe it. I'd believe that was a situation of both players had plan A, and it's just Goldie got to plan A better.
I don't have a question here, because the problem is it was 2 plan A. There was not. Now I know you ain't lying, because you're built off those runs to finish. It's known fact. A 6-car run is not unheard of for Nam, or a 5-car run. And Goldie seems to be matching that pace for pace with the 5-car, right? And you look at this thing when it's mirror imaging like that. Ask Brock and Nam when they were doing some mirror imaging back in Super League. It's a very similar game, and Nam struggled in this situation. Right now, he's got to get out here and try to maybe switch it up on the pace. I think that's the one thing he has the experience on.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to backtrack on saying that the big run might be where he needs to go. So,
all right, well, I don't got much here. I normally have a question, but it was Plan A City.
So,
yes,
yeah, I got it.
You want to go first?
All
right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Goldie, talk to me about how you're going to keep this car driving. Talk to me about how you're just going to lift the gas. Keep making sure that the momentum stays in your favor. And Nam, talk to me about how you're going to reverse this momentum into your favor, come back from a 2-0 deficit, because it's her home stretch now.
Yeah, I'm just going to be real. That's a good question, by the way. Thanks for using the car reference. We love that here. But I don't know this thing. Looking at this game right now, it's favoring Goldie in terms of every aspect, and you'll see what he says. Well, I think I know what to expect from Goldie. All I need is the tables to turn a bit. So I think Nam needs a little bit of that luck. He needs a little magic with the cards, because he's getting boxed in with the creativity. And with this bot, we talked about it, Sam, you and me talked in the offseason. If you can't get creative with the camouflage looks on this bot, you're not going to be able to win games. The old bot, you could get away with not having the most dimensional style because the cards aren't organized the way they are. The cards are organized beautifully. There's no room for error. There's no sorting through it visually. It's all there for the taking, and now they're both seeing this for the first time in terms of style. Goldie has the advantage in the sense that little luck and the element of surprise caught out Nam. Now, Nam has a notebook. He's got to figure something out quick, and you'll wonder if Nam can fight back because he's on the back foot very early. We'll wait for Goldie to come back here. Let us know. But so we'll go to Brock right here. Brock, did you get the question from Sting? Sting, you want to repeat it?
So how are you going to make sure that the momentum stays in your favor, and how are you going to make sure that you can win at least 2 of these next 5 games, make sure to get the series done? All right. She's just gonna take it one game at a time. Slow and steady wins the race.
Well,
that's the philosophy she embodies.
Sanford, you know about that. You know, we saw Shar last year. Everything's great. We've seen this movie before. We've seen Abian do some political style dance around the question. I dance around the question sometimes. And then you got some people I'm just going to take it one game at a time, right? You don't have to ask the question. That's the beauty of a question, right? Until you get really in depth with it. You know Abian. I know you, baby. All right, game 3. Now I'm on the back foot, but it's Goldie at home looking to potentially put this up 3-0. What's it going to be, Goldie? Everything open, 14-13 off. That's it.
Well, Goldie's back at home now.
We'll go
Gets
10.
to start with 10.
First mid-tier game. 10, buddy. You're good.
The roundest number in base 10.
As everyone's joining up here, here we go. We'll ref it up.
Here's
Abian ready to
Jenna.
roll in, baby. He gets in. We'll start with DJ 5. We'll see DJ Saturday night, 10 o'clock against Hockey. Another one of these D1 versus D2 crossover games. Goldie fires in. Double DJ to start us off. And you got to think, Sanford, right here. Goldie's looking to push the... I think Nam's going to take it into the advice here. Slow it down. If it's not working speeding up, you got to slow it down. He's already taken Plan A initiative right there. Brock, talk to me about the pace difference. You saw with Jenna playing that slow pace. How were you able to combat, maybe not so much this whole series, but you were able to combat it at least for that game by to force a game 6 last night? Brock? Oh, boy. Sanford, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
You're still able to be heard,
You're good.
at least on VC.
Okay. My question to you is, Nam is definitely taking the pace down. He's taking it down now, slowing the pace. Do you think that's a good move at this rate? He's tried speeding it up, it hasn't worked. Now he's slowing it down for sure.
It's a good play as we get the reverse Dolly Parton. We'll have to see how Goldie responds, though, to slower pace. That's going to be the interesting part.
Cody Smart, if you want to go put the match results in, go ahead. Yeah, Sky forgot. It's all good. Feel free, man. Anyone can do that. That's fine. Now we'll go to a red 0 into Pat Johnson from Goldie. Brock, let us know if you can hear us, man. We'll get you back later. Nam still using this plan B now almost. Slow it down. The pace has not worked. He's trying to think more methodically and process it through. And that's what a veteran does, is he goes for a big break where does he get some of that card luck back in his favor?
Well, that slower
Honestly,
pace would have given you the chance to do a plug. You just forgot to.
Yeah.
He's really never been a plan B type of guy. He's always been plan A through and through. So let's see how he navigates this.
I will say those things. He was a plan B, C, D, E in that Final Four run in March last year, and he had to learn quickly in Jungle Jada back. He had it, but you're right. That was the old bot, and the old bot, you could play a lot with that plan A. That's how most games were won. This bot, you have to know how to play plan A through Z and repeat the alphabet in some cases.
Got Ferrari strategy yet.
Oh, boy, here we go. Here comes Goldie with the red skip, looking for a double, maybe into a triple. Still doing that single-type play. We have not seen many do the 3 or 4 baggers. That's about it. Oh, huge play here from Goldie, looking for the triple, and it gets the end around switching to green. New color, though. Nah, potentially. See if you can end around it back, maybe to red, or roll into the vibes here. Playing, so he's got to start thinking. Sanford, it's hard to really think about analytics. We haven't seen much ammo, so this is a hard moment for Nam. He's going to go for
It's
it.
going to be Nam with
Nam,
green
there's
plus
one.
2. He takes the leads in cards at least.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Could
not
this
going
be a shift into luck?
to draw.
Goldie's still dominating on the skips, 8-1 here.
We've seen Whiplash theory. Cody Lamas said it best. I mean, just because you have the early lead advantage on every principal category doesn't mean it can't shift back in games 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and we'll see whether Goldie has expended all of her luck in these first 2 games, or if she still has a lot more in the tank.
Nothing for Nam. He's right now, Sanford.
Nothing for Goldie
Both
either.
run out on the same green card.
Is that JT
And
Dry?
we've
That's JT Dry back in the mix. Classic.
We've looped right back into Draw City.
Brock, you still with us?
It's amazing that they both ran dry, and we've only had 2 cards that are completely out of the deck.
Brock must have left. Brock, let us know when you get back. I'll get Sanford and Sting for now. Well, right now I think Sanford. What's that?
You want me?
Yeah, you're good, Brock. Your thoughts on just this game here in terms of when
Now, it is a 10-10 game. I'm highly doubting if neither of them have anything. I definitely feel like one of them has something here.
Oh yeah, camouflage.
Oh,
But I was just gonna say your thoughts on the end around plays and a little bit of just how the isolation worked against your game, Jenna, in Game 6. You were able to force it. That's all I want to know. Sting, you got to stop cutting people off, man. I'm getting complaints from Nick. But what we
Well,
go for it, Brock.
I mean the chances of a game, game 4 certainly are there. But we'll see how this thing goes.
Well, Sanford, right now, we're in this draw city. We know the rules, right? About 2022 is the limit because we pushed the card count back to 25. I was just about to say who's going to play first, and there's the red 7 in the Night Walker. And now this is where Nam attacks the pace, but he basically just went from no pace, got the pace, and he's back to drawing. He's really looking for the Zarya style. You can see he's fishing for runs, and is it the best strategy? It has been in the past, but do you have to be more on offense with this spot? You've noticed you've been through a couple of these games. Do you think offense is the way to go instead of defense winning games here? Because defense wins championships, but in this case, offense has to win in the regular season.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured out which way it exactly works, but to me, the way that this bot has worked, I almost don't really like the idea of drawing just to draw. I mean, there's value to it, I think, still, to an extent, but you're really having to hope for basically, you have to almost be the luckiest of the lucky to really get that strategy to work.
Green +2 from Nam now. We'll go into a double play. Goldie looking for an answer back. She will have the answer, but into Brad. Over to the switch to blue. Now I'm looking for another answer himself. Does he try the green back? No, he doesn't cross over. Keeps it with Nick's blue 9 now. Going to run the blues. Goldie picking up the pace. Switches it over to yellow into Acosta now. Sanford, you can see the pace went from 0, 0, 0, 0 to 0 to 60 in 2 seconds now. They picked it up. Into Sting. Back to Acosta. We're dueling here.
Well, yep, and there's both yellow 9s then off the board. Missed the chance for the Dolly Parton in there, so.
Yeah, I agree with Goldie. What's a double?
Don't know country music then.
Nope.
Yeah, if you can operate the scoreboard, man, that'd be great. I mean, I'm managing 7,000 things. Dolly Parton, it's a country music thing. 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. Fair enough.
Sanford,
As we switch into blue
I
here,
think we
got
might be outdating ourselves, man.
Yeah, we might be.
Oh, man.
Or at least just either that or at least just dating ourselves in terms of knowing that song.
Oh, boy. That's okay, man. We're still young at heart. Anyway, blue 1. Here comes
That's
Goldie.
Triple play. 6 cards to Nam now. He's got 10. Goldie's down to 2.
Can't
Sorry for
switch to
cutting.
green.
Here comes Nam. He's looking for a revert.
Skip.
Yeah, he's
Let's skip a blue skip.
End around. End around. Clearly looking for that end around. I could sniff that one out. I was going to say he's looking for that reverse end. Oh my
But it
goodness!
doesn't matter. It's a wild +4.
You can't even
Yeesh.
you can't even do much about that. You legit cannot do much about that. Well, Sanford,
Yeah.
they're 9-3, and I know Nam has the more +2s advantage, but he just can't figure out anything going. He just can't. It can't click. It's not clicking.
This is one of the more lopsided times I've seen this bot.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because usually what we see is one player will dominate one and then lead maybe two more, and then the other player leads two out of the five. This one, Nam's got the lead in one and is trailing heavily in skips and wilds.
And now, something to note, Goldie's just won her 3rd game, which means she is at the power play lock. Any power play, any game-ending power play, if she gets within 2 runs here, she will end the series. So Nam has got a tough test.
How do you come back from this, man? Because everything you've tried tonight has not worked. You tried to slow it down. You've tried to speed up pride. You tried plan A. You've had plan B, C, D. You tried end arounds. Everything you've thrown, it's almost as similar to Brock Jenner. The only difference was Brock had the control for most. You haven't been the driver's seat. Let's face it, you've been the passenger all night. How are you going to get back into the driver's seat to pull this at least back to a game 6? And then we'll talk about game 7 later if we get there. Sanford, I don't have many answers here. This is probably the first time I was streaming.
Yeah, and then the problem is we never say to really try and use it and burn it. But for Nam, I mean, to at least get one on the board, you almost got to think about using a power play if you can get to a chance of using it. I mean, this is lopsided in ways that I would not have expected.
No, there's just nothing you can do. That's
smart.
Can never carry chickens before they hatch. But Goldie, my question is, how do you keep the throttle going, right? How have you been able to basically work around Nam's strategies of end arounds where to sniff it out? Because you've done some split ammo wins. This is what Chomik has done for his whole career. So your thoughts on that? We really didn't see that in the testing either. So could have been playing a little poker. We saw that. We know a thing or two about that, Sanford, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had it happen last year with our eventual world champ. By the way, we had a holy moly from Caesar in the YouTube chat, so I'm pretty sure in reaction to it being 2-0.
Well, it's more of a commentary pace to play. Sanford and I, we like the need for speed. Let's go with that.
Goldie, me neither.
What was that?
Me neither, Goldie. Like, I don't know. I guess for me as an Uno player, I would against slower opponents like Dark, who I'm playing tomorrow, I'd be bored probably. Might lose my focus a bit. But against faster players, it's easier.
Yeah, Dark is the chess master for a reason. There's no doubt.
Yep.
What is going on with this?
Is it again? I thought, who said they were on it?
I don't know, man.
Oh, Caesar said he was going to cover it, but
I don't know why it's inactive. I don't even
Caesar,
know.
if you're covering the scoreboard, you might have to make sure that you keep the tab up. I don't know if that's still the same thing, but I know last year there was a thing of if someone else was operating it, they had to keep the tab open.
I don't know, man. They were messing around with it in D2 earlier. I'm not sure what's going on. It's 3-0 Goldie. I have to talk to Short about that. It must be something what he did when they had D2 games. I don't know.
Never heard of that.
Wait, Goldie's never lost a game in D1 yet.
Well, yes, it's a first tournament.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
right, Stan, let's keep it rolling. Caesar, I don't know, man. I'll talk to Short about that. I'm not sure I have it on my phone. It's not a big deal. All right, let's keep it going. Goldie's turn here. 13, 10, 14 off the board, Goldie. Will it be the sweep we'll find? We haven't had one yet. What are we going to have here for potentially the last game? What are we going to be? Will we stay mid-tier? Do we go up? 11 cards.
Drop one.
Well, here we go. 11 cards in the building. Abion's going to ref it up. Let's get her underway. Will this be the last one? We'll find out. Now I'm needing a comeback. Aim point potentially. Here we go. Red 5 now. And Brad's pod. We should have Ed and Andy getting underway. Someone should be able to ref that. Caesar, go ahead and check them in.
Back to back. It was game 3 that was Red 5 as well.
Yeah, DJ Curtis. Yeah, the old DJ. Caesar, go ahead and check in Ed and Andy, man. I don't know what's going on.
Immediately switch to green right off the bat here. 10-10, it's tied. We are blitzing through this. Nam switches to blue. The second color switch.
Just missing the yellow for Pandora's.
Yep.
Ditto play from Nam.
Sanford, I'm going to check these guys in. Hold on. Or Caesar's got, never mind. I don't know who was supposed to ref that game. Was it you, Caesar? I don't even remember. Oh, Scott.
Special there from Goldie. Back to red.
Okay. Sanford will get that. I'm gonna get the.
As Goldie forced to draw.
Oh, and Nam.
Swap there before.
Nam might hit a jackpot here, but Goldie opens Pandora's box
Goldie
with yellow.
Watch party 2 if you want to.
Okay. Nick says in VC text, a reverse sweep did happen in D2 earlier today, and the 2 other games were 3-1 comebacks. If D2 is any indication, a comeback is definitely still on the table.
It could be. Nam gets that swap back to red, so we'll see if should mean that Goldie's drawing unless it has double.
Yeah. And you know what? Nam is in full control of this game. He's at 3. Goldie's all the way up at 8.
Well, you know what they say, Sting and Sanford. All it takes is a little bit of that spark, and boom, you can get the momentum back on your side. We'll see if Nam can find the spark. Here comes Goldie. +4, they'll stop
Goldie with
that.
a wild +4, completely reversing the fortune of this game.
Yeah, you know what, Sanford? I'm starting to feel this is just not. It's not working for Nam.
But Nam's got something going. Back to red.
He's trying. He's fighting tooth and nail. He's fighting tooth and nail for sure.
He is, yeah.
Goldie
He is pretty confident about his chances, y'all.
Who?
Nam. He's just going for it.
He literally said earlier, I need a miracle.
Yeah.
So, never mind. Anyway. Well.
Oh, that's a quad. Goldie's down to 2.
Yeah, that just like that in 30 seconds, the game's just flipped. It's crazy. He'll get it back with a +2 on Caesar.
Had to do that.
You got no choice.
+2, very obvious here. No choice +2. With a wild +4 into blue. Another reversal of fortune. This game has been.
It is interesting though that Goldie
exciting.
did not power play there, so
yeah,
means that she maybe didn't have it all the way to the end.
In the green.
Right back to green and it is Nam who draws on green. It's gonna be massive for Goldie here.
He just can't find it, Sanford. It's almost Brad Zach 2.0, where Zach had every answer. Brad just couldn't find the answer.
This is unfortunate. I mean, this is heartbreaking. Half off special from
And
Goldie.
man, it's 5-5.
Gets the blue.
But Nam gets the blue here. And Goldie has nothing.
Clutch.
Good
Out.
swap. Good swap.
Huge.
Zero sugar
Nam
on
gets
the
blue
there.
0.
Yeah, Ed, you're supposed to be in watch too, man. I can just if you guys want to focus, I can just drag you guys down there. It's up to you. Just let me know. We got multiple games going at once here. Anyway, right now into Ed Ziemba himself. Goldie's trying to potentially think of an end move. Nam is just trying to. There we go.
I like it. Goldie did find a red 8 though. Is this game? No.
Nam onto Uno.
Not a game for
6 cards left.
Not a game for Nam, but let me tell you right now, it's got to be something special here, Sanford, because if Goldie doesn't have anything here, he's better hope he has the efficiency, basically.
Devastating.
Hello?
Goldie with a double now. Down to 3.
I'm here, man. How to start the event. Apologies.
Nam plays a skip out of desperation.
Yep. Goldie for the tie. No.
But Goldie draws.
Great there from Nam. No, you got to think about it, Sanford. Don't have a number. Play the percentages. That's a percentage play. You have to play the percentage now. You have nothing to lose.
Especially when desperate.
And now we're back into Draw City. It's basically even. Nam's at 4. Goldie's at 5.
Looking for either a green that they can swap off of, which there's still plenty of the numbers there, or one of the 4 remaining skips.
Or one of the 3 remaining wilds would work. But that's a power card. Not too sure if they would want to use that.
Well, right now, it's coming down to really just understanding. I think it's coming down to percentage. I think it's going to come down to number efficiency. It has to be. It has to be number efficiency to win the game. Apologize for the scoreboard for just joining late. Goldie with the Gen of the 0. Nam, he gets the top deck the Vapor.
Yep, as Abion is reffing this one.
Blue +2 for Nam. Does he have a run? No. Desperation. That's desperation. Into the blue 7. In the lane. Draws out goes Nam. Goldie draws. We're going to ISO City here.
No. Yepis has a point.
What?
Somehow Sky got double booked for a D1 and a D2 game at the same time.
Because Sky accepted
For
that.
roughing.
Sky wanted that, Yepes. Someone tell him that Sky actually said she wanted to do that.
Caesar already did.
What, ref? Yeah, no, Sky wanted that.
Back into Draw City
no
here.
shortage of ref at
Both
all.
players, Nam breaks it, half breaks it, Peter on track.
Into the gangster. Right now, we're going back to the chat here. For the game.
And Goldie full breaks it with a yellow, and
That's
Nam
fun.
immediately switches off of yellow.
Red 6 now.
We're into
Cannot.
red. We're staying here.
Back to DJ. Right now, the pace it's just going wicked fast, Sam. For you, never mind. Brock, the pace is just going wicked
Back
fast.
to yellow. Triple into me.
It's end around city right now for Nam. He's been famous for the end around plays, and you wonder if he has a little bit more spark on the end. But is he running low with the yellow 2s now?
Nam got all the way back down to 2 here.
Can he finish it off to get
Is
that
this the
first?
dagger?
Finally got it.
Yes.
And Nam avoids the sweep, wins game 4 in 8 minutes, 28 seconds.
Really been the only Plan A game that we've had is game 2.
Didn't have much of anything. Trying to look
No, I'm
here.
kinda
Wait,
easy.
how is Nam only 1 behind in skips now?
Caught up.
That's pretty crazy.
Let me go to the questions here. So Nam, I have to ask, man. We know your special has always been the Aria style, And also the other style is end-around plays. You were able to at least get something cooking with the end-arounds and the reverse skip meta. But even then, you still had to fight almost on a defensive measure to get the first win. You got a little spark now. Do you stick with the end-around, more of this quick-tempo style, knowing that it had worked in the past and you're content? Or do you have to switch it up a little bit to get the ultimate goal? Now you get into a Game 5 back at home, because the luck has been a little off, but you do have that 9 special that you always do. Goldie, my question here, you say you didn't have much. You decided to go in the draw, say take it back. Did you get baited into a little bit of what Nam was doing with some of these desperation plays? Did you get into more of the bait of the desperation, or did you have to say, okay, he's desperate, I'm going to play the percentage that the desperation can only last so long, and accept that as a good loss, knowing that, hey, you took him to the end in the second longest game of the series? You played a percentage of the card history, for sure. So, you know how Sanford says all these cards are gone? It's basically a percentage. You played a percentage of there's no +4, that's why you don't play any ammo cards, etc. You'll understand the terms. You'll understand the terms. Okay. Maybe I will, but she probably needs to expect that. You got to keep changing things up one step ahead of your opponent. 3 more games to go, says no. That said, I don't know if I could have done. So you maximize the game on number efficiency while not letting the percentages get to your head of the desperation. Gotcha. Things just didn't come. So you couldn't get to the run to the end. Things didn't come to her. All right, we'll go to Game 5. We'll go to Sanford here before we go to Game 5. Sanford, right now, it's been back and forth in terms of at least that last game of ammo, but the first 3 have not. Nam was able to find a little bit of fortitude on this quicker pace, made a little in-game adjustment. Do you think he continue the in-game adjustments as Caesar, go ahead, do the Sting Dark Reminder. Don't forget that, coming up 3 minutes. But your thoughts on just the in-game adjustment Nam made to get the win, avoid the sweep, and how, in my opinion, he almost has to continue that and think that step ahead, knowing that Goldie has seen every look.
I think you're definitely spot on there, truthfully. For Nam, I think it's going to have to be just a unpredictable style is going to be what has to get him the wins, and hope and pray that he's able to stay that one step ahead. We've seen it with Dark in other games where if you can stay that 2 and 3 moves ahead, that's really what's going to sometimes be key. And this feels like almost a chess game in a way.
Well, chess game, we'll see how it goes. Brock, your thoughts on the chess game that's unfolded right here?
Certainly, definitely a big surprise to see Nam avoid the sweep. So it'll be interesting to see how he manages to make the comeback.
We'll see. It's definitely interesting in terms of Nam avoiding the sweep. Can he get the 4-3? We'll find out. All right, Nam, you're back at it in the saddle at home after a big 11-card win. That's off. Everything's free. What do we got? We're going to go to the old reliable, or are we going to go something different? No, I'm looking for some type of advantage here for Game 5. Thinking this one through strategically. What is possible to get going and spark a run? Got that first Game 4 win. A little bit of flint in there. Can you get some more flint and make that ember grow larger?
Knew it.
Send it.
Called it.
We're going to just finish it off.
Love to see that. Well, now he's chosen 13, 14, and 15 in his 3 home games.
He's not. He hasn't won to that 9-card special that we all know and love. There's Sanford himself to start us off. Well, Sanford, right now it's coming down to, in my opinion, we go to Red 7 when you get back here, man. Can Nam think 2 steps ahead as we go 6, 7, 8 small straight action high tier? Just missed it with
Red 8.
Yep, into DJ, back to Red 8 for Goldie. Is that a sign? We'll find out. Goldie, now we'll have a chance to run with Nam over to yellow in the Camaro. Back to Bowtie. Bowtie won earlier 4-3. Into the Creator Grim 2-7. Not the best in poker, but really good. Nuno. 1 down into Steven goes Nam, or Goldie. Nam back to the 6-9 special with Acosta. Here comes Nam trying to do a little mind game. Goldie looking for a potential slowdown of pace, and she will do that for a second. Back to Bowtie, says Goldie. Can Nam respond? He'll go back to Acosta. Now we're crossing. We see this thing a lot. The crossing over, man. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on number efficiency. It's wild to see, especially in a game similar to, with a lot of these games, similar to what you see in first-round games with this bot for sure. Is my man.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing And what I'm noticing here is that both these guys, oh, I got a 24-hour reminder. Both these guys are very comfortable in both red and yellow here. Nobody's even drawn yet, and we've already had 12 cards discarded, and each player down to 9.
Well, I want to shout out my brother Drip. Finally see him in the chat. He's been so busy. It's great to see him. That's my man. But we'll go back.
Changes to green. Nam immediately changes to blue, opens Pandora box.
Sanford, you haven't missed much as Nam goes for a
And
while.
back to yellow.
Well, heat check there.
Nam going crazy on the color changes here.
Yeah, Nam is pushing the pace, Sanford. We talked about this with Austin Riders last night. He's trying to play this Nam full court press and get it back in the gear, for sure. And Goldie will cross.
Goldie plays back.
Yep, crosses in the red. Does Nam come prepared? He came prepared to the gunfight.
Nam does! Yes, +6.
Oh, he's got something
Back
cooking.
Yellow.
It's the whiplash, boys. Break up the whiplash. The whiplash is back. Cody is loving this.
Nam gets game 5. He's gonna force game 6 here.
Classic Nom. 6-card run to finish.
Plan A. The whiplash is back. We've tied it up on skips. And just like that, the bot says, hey, you can have your fun early, but I'm going to have my fun later. Now I'm coming back with vengeance right there. Game 6 coming on the way. But first, let me go to Nom. Nom, was that the first time this entire series where you could breathe a sigh of relief knowing, I got the hand finally? Was that the first time? And to Goldie, obviously you couldn't do much there, but did you have something cooking on that red wild, or ultimately were you beat to the punch knowing that Nam had that crazy run? Right now, Sanford, you got to say, Nam has done a great job. He has not had much of the luck all night, but the one thing about this bot, unlike the old bot, if this was the old bot, you're cooked, right? Usually it just ends like that. With this bot, whiplash is real. Anything can happen.
And we are going to take you to the Edward Andy game.
What?
Andy has just won game 1 on a wild, 15 cards. And Ed will start game 2. Back to here.
Yeah, I was probably going to try and throw that in there somehow, but good job.
Yeah, I was usually going to Sam. That's okay. It's okay, Sam. You're good, man.
No, you're good.
I did have some ammo, but I forgot about the 6-card. Well, it's just Nam special. I welcome to Nam. When he gets the hand, you know the run's coming. Now, Nam's finished on that 15, though, if we get to a game set. We won't have a full set finish. That's the only thing we will know. That's gone. So that'll be interesting. All right, game 6 now. Goldie back in her favorite final home game no matter what. Nam has put this one into the hands of a manageable 3-2 with a power play, both in the back pocket. Here we go. What will it be? Let's do 12, says Goldie. Abion starter up. 12 cards. Can Goldie finish it off, or does Nam bring us back to a game 7? He's done the work to get to a game 6. Let's find out.
Avian says 3rd game points.
Yes, sir. Reds. Is that back-to-back Sanfords on the start? We had back-to-back DJs?
No, I mean, did you? Because I thought, well, yeah, games 3 and 4 was back-to-back DJs, so
Yeah.
it's possible it was.
Back-to-back Sanfords, too. Okay. DJ Sanford, loving that combo. All right, into the yellow. We started off with an early heat check from Nam. He's going Christian Tago, Sanford. Oh, boy. He's going Tago style. Light switching. Back to double JT. And we talk about this thing. A lot of these numbers are so similar, and it's hard to really make an advantage as we go green 8-9. You can see a lot of these guys have the similar numbers, and it's hard to get an edge on your opponent as we continue the dittos with green 3.
Yeah, looks like a Ditto play immediately, and Nam goes into a double with a +2. Plays a 1 now. Who's down into 1?
Brock, I got to say, that's great. That's great because Goldie's drawn. I got to say, man, in the red, Nam is trying to play the pace. He's trying to control the game. You tried to do this last night. Nam is figuring it out. It almost is similar to how you play the game. Your thoughts on him trying to control the game now compared to where he was, let's say, 10 minutes ago?
Well, he's certainly trying to keep up his big lead, and definitely trying to get to the Uno, quick. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
All square at 5, but Nam breaks the tie. Now the question becomes for Nam, Does he have anything more in the back pocket? 4-5 right here.
Both players in what we would like to have called the red zone. I mean, either player might be able to end it.
That's nothing for Goldie. Cannot find something on number efficiency right here. Does he switch it out? Does he make the break? I'm loading up. He does make the break, Sam, for a huge play for Nam in the green. He's going for it now. Goldie looking to find something here on the green now as Nam does the switch. Nothing. Here comes Nam. He's starting to feel it back. He's playing Devils right here, man. He's playing Devil's advocate now, Nam. What he did earlier, I changed it up, but was that one too many switches? There's a +2 from Goldie, double play. Oh, boy. Heat check City. Triple into a quad sting. Double +2 sandwiched in there. My boy Drip in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Been a while. It's good to see you. Now, Nam, back to 8 cards. He was at full possession. He'll play it cool. No power play. Goldie loading up. Was the split ammo. Into Allen now. Can Nam counter back with the style of a +2, or does he play it cool with an end around? It's in his arsenal. Now I'm looking for more here. He's got to think this one through, Sam. This is a pivotal moment. This could be game at any moment. Does he think about that power play? He's got to think about something right here, because you cannot afford to give Goldie a chance on a split ammo.
I think everything's on the table here. I mean, there's anything and everything to try and win this game.
Yeah, it's not about saving the patch, just to get to the game 7.
There it is.
Good move. You got to do it. You have to do the move. I don't even blame him for that. You got it. And he does double. Well, he had a lot of 2s. Holy moly. And it works. We saw Brock. Brock, you did this last night. I mean, you won game legit. Almost the same. You didn't win game 6, but you won game 5 doing this move. Your thoughts on that? It's an ISO classic on doses.
Yeah, it's yeah, 2s can definitely
No, not a KT classic.
Yeah, 2s can.
It's not? I mean,
can
he
play
played
a
a
big
yellow 2
role.
and they both drew.
Wait, what?
He played a yellow 2 and they both drew.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
KT
that's a
classic.
big classic, right? Yeah.
Well, no, I just said no. I know, but Brock did the move last night. You're good. It's a classic, but I was just asking Brock because he did almost the same exact move last night. But keep it going. You're good.
Well, first one I've seen, I think.
Never mind.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen a power play into a KT Classic.
Brock, I thought you did that. Oh no, Brock, you did something similar where it was that you drew, then you found a 4. Okay, that's right. You drew, then you found the 4. It was a
Yeah,
weird.
he power played and then drew. That's what it was.
Then he found a 4. It was weird. Yeah, his was very internal. It was very internally weird. Yeah. Well, it's going to work for Nam now. He's found the momentum because that power play has just shifted the momentum thing. You can see it. Nam is starting to gain confidence. Goldie's starting to sputter here. He goes into blue. He's been able to switch on blue-yellow all night in his last 2 games. Here comes Nam. It's just a run to the finish to get to the... It's going to be game 7, boys. Oh, my goodness. That power play has changed the whole game, and Nam, just like that, has tied it up. Nam... Okay, the power play, sure, you burn it, but you had to save your skin, and you got yourself a Game 7 at home. You brought this back. You never gave up. The resiliency for let's keep in mind, a 15-year-old kid here off the block. You've been in this situation. You played the teacher last year in M. You went to school in that game and took care of it. This one's a little bit different here. You were down. You were the student most of this game. Now you're starting to enter that teacher's desk. What's changed the outcome in terms of pace, style, and, of course, the flair on the power play to get the momentum back? Thank you, buddy. And Goldie, my question to you is simple. You've had all this momentum. The whiplash really was the first 3 games. Now you haven't been able to cook when you had the ammo early. Have you had to readjust knowing you're not getting the ammo now and the whiplash is real? And how are you going to salvage this one? You do have the power play advantage knowing this last game, it's there on the table. Sanford, it's shoot, let me...
Uh-oh.
I know, take it one game at a time, I understand. I just trying to get something out of you, of course, We'll go to Sanford. Nam, I know that's going to be your answer. But Nam, your thoughts on able to switch the momentum back, my friend? I know. It's a little different. Right. D2 had a lot less experience power play. D1 more 10. I got you. But when we go to Sanford, you've been in 7,000 of these game 7s before. I just ask you and Leah. Now it comes down to, we saw this with Toaster Night. Nam has been in game 7s before. He's got all the momentum. And this is a basketball game. He was down basically 20 at halftime, but he's brought it back to a tie game with 2 minutes to go. How does he finish it off in this last 2 minutes and plays this press defense where he's been able to pull full court press on Goldie with the ammo to get this one? What's your thoughts?
In all honesty, I know I say a lot usually, but hold with the course. I mean, he's gone 3 in a row doing this. I think until Goldie proves that she has the answer for him, I think for Nam, it's just keep going. Keep pedal to the metal, do the unpredictable stuff, and not basically just hope that Goldie doesn't figure it out.
Well, Brock, I'll go to you. One last comment, man. What do you think is going to happen in this game 7? Give me a call right here. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think gets it done?
To be honest, regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be explosive game 7, regardless of who wins.
You're going for the explosion. All right, man. The explosion will happen. Will it commence? We'll find out. Yoshi's going to get the other game. It'll be Monkey's game in 4 minutes. Let's get it done. Nam, we know 15's off the board, buddy. So is 11 and 12. It's the last game 7. What are we going to do here? What's going to be the 9th special? What are we cooking? What's it going to be? Can he get back to that favor? We see JT and him, the 2 masters at 9. He's going to go for the double OG to cap us off. Here we go. Can he get it done? Chomix special. Double OG. Game 7. Can you ask for any more? Nam has brought it back. 2 minutes to go. In the 4th. Tie game. Who's it going to be? Of course, baby. Blue 9. We go with Nam. Into a JT specialist start us off. With the blue 5. Goldie looking to answer. We're going to have this cracked Uno. We're going to play quick, I got a feeling. But sometimes in these game 7s, and Sanford, this has been just a common theme all night. Similar numbers, man. It's almost insane to think how close the numbers have been. It's crazy. And the blue 3. Go for it.
I may be wrong, but I feel like it's Nam that always ends up in these games where it's similar numbers.
Yeah, he's him and Brock, man. Those are the 2 guys. They find these ways of getting into these environmental games where it's just similar. It's not, let's say, you and me, where it's lately it's been just we're done, we're cooked on Carl, or we're cooked on some out of control out of our blue. But this was Whiplash 3. Goldie had the 3-0 for just joining late. Had all the momentum. Everything was looking good and dandy. And then Nam has rallied back, playing this unpredictable. Similar to how Ed, he's not here, he's playing right now, did against Japez. But Goldie will go for the quad into the red 7 with Knight. Nam +2. No hesitation in the hockey. Goes to Zach. Will Goldie fire back? 2 freshies on the board. Goes in a red 6 into Sanford. Quickly back to Pat Johnson for Nam. Pace is flowing. Back to Knight. Knight's off the board. In the background, 1 up this time. Goldie starting to understand a little bit now of how Nam plays on the red. Does he go for the switch or does he back it down? We'll find out. Sanford, you can see the momentum is shifting. Nam is playing this unpredictable Uno while Goldie is trying every answer and things are changing quick.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch what the question was in there. But yeah, that's fast paced. It's always good to know.
No question.
It makes it fun for a commentator that when it is fast paced, you don't have as much air to fill usually, especially because it ends up being just rapid fire with what the cards are.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Goldie's sensing that though, slows it down.
The KT, yep. Here comes Nam. Here comes Nam. Nam for the 4-3. Does he have it? Down to 4. Did he pull this off right? No. But he does put that real heat check on Goldie now with the power play situation, Sanford, because that blue is exposed for Goldie. He's changed the course.
And for Goldie, got to think about with Nam being down at 2. What do you want to do here? Do you want to use
+4.
it? Never mind. +4 will work.
But you know what? That for Nam may have just saved the game. That end around. That could have been a finish. he can get away with that. In the blue 4. And this could be it. Oh, no.
Play.
There's the power play. Goldie into it. We talked about the D2 crossovers. We saw when night he fought valiantly, lost in 7. Jan took care of business last night against Brock in 6. Nam brought it back to a Game 7. Here comes Goldie. That's all she wrote. Into Ashley Wild. Night, Selly. And Nam's gone. Unbelievable. Crazy game. I mean, that was crazy.
I mean, even the bot wasn't quite sure what happened. By the way, props for me. I didn't realize that on the power play you could actually still play your extra card after that. That's news to me.
Unbelievable. Let me go to Nam before we get to Goldie. Well, Goldie, Nam, you fought valiantly, man. I think you did everything right. You maximized the game. Sure, you didn't have the power play, but think about it. This game's over if you don't do that green skip with the end-around play, because if you don't, it's probably over in a turn. So you maximized the game. My only question for you in that last game, did you feel the nerves knowing that you had rallied this far, and did you feel like it was coming down to a one-hand game? You seem to get into these games where it's really about the numbers, and it just wasn't clicking tonight towards the end. Even though you had a great middle portion, the Game 7 just wasn't enough. How do you learn from this and come back stronger? And to Goldie, this is unbelievable. We just witnessed here a straight, basically for the Panthers, right? They were up 3-0 and they figured it out in Game 7. Cody knows a thing or two about that. But you got the win. You took care of business. It wasn't looking good early, but then you found a way through that middle portion to readjust. All right, what's it going to be, Caesar? What do we got? Let's see what Caesar says, but holy moly. Oh, boy. What are you, George Russell? Holy moly. But let me go to Goldie. Your thoughts on beating Nam? You beat a Super League player. You found a little bit of the rhythm, and you got yourself the win. How do you adjust now for the next match? Now you understand a little bit more of the analytical terms on the broadcast and understand the desperation plays that Nam did. Does that prepare you for the next match ahead, which, I mean, looking at this bracket here, Sanford, talk about a challenge either way. You got Caesar coming in, the badass, or Pat Johnson, who's historically known to take things long. Honestly, I wasn't convinced I'd get the win out of it. I'm very proud I did. I still think I have some sea legs to even out, but I have a couple of benchmarks that might have shifted significantly. Now it's taught me a lot, but I need to start throwing my ammo. Your thoughts on Pat or Caesar? You probably don't even know who Pat Johnson is. You have seen Caesar. He was he is your PA, right? He's your personal assistant, as he is for everybody in the league. But your thoughts on playing one of those two as well? I mean, at the end there, I had a G4 and G8, so if Goldie doesn't have anything, I might have had, power play. But she did it, so I couldn't have done anything else. In my eyes, I played this best I could. I mean, it brings up the fact you should never give up, ever. Coming back from 3-0 to 3-3, that's a victory in my book, moral one. Even though I lost, I proved I could fight back until the very end. Sanford, I guess we're going to sum it up. If it's Goldie versus Caesar, your thoughts on that? If it's Goldie versus Pat, it's going to be a long drawn-out battle. It's Pat Johnson, for crying out loud.
I mean, yeah, with Mac, you're signing up for 7 games. But if Goldie gets Mac, I think that's almost a more favorable matchup anyway, just because then she knows what to expect from a 7-game series, especially with the power play. Caesar would be an interesting one because this would be the type of matchup that, in theory, Caesar's technically on paper excelled at, where you get someone that's on the bottom half of the bracket. But it is March. We don't know what's going to happen. It's the reason why people end up being misseeded. Good plays there for Goldie. Good plays for Nam as well. It was a fun series throughout. And let's see how far Goldie can take this.
Well, I mean, it's going to be Caesar with a little trash talk. Man, he threw a little pump in there. Good Lord. Jeez, Caesar off the top rope. Not taking. This is Caesar, man. He's one of those guys that, jeez, he's the badass for a reason. We'll see what happens. But what a night. Let's go into the old Podman bracket, and it's going to be Goldie moving on to 14. That's another game 7 in a 3-4 team. We saw when Knight just couldn't pull it off. Toasty found a way. Will she play Caesar or Mac? We'll find out. Cody versus Retro, of course, in the top half with Chama Grimm. We'll see how this one goes moving forward. Well, that's going to do it for the night for me. That's it. All I had was, well, obviously I made the announcement after this round, retiring from 10 o'clock after this round, of course, because you don't need KT at 10. It's going to be tiring. So I'm out after 10 after this round, but we'll have Sting, or not, well, maybe Sting, but we'll have Tapir and, of course, Short taking over. Sting may come out of the blue. It's Tago. You never know. Tago versus H coming up at 10:30. Got 2 more games going on right now. Check it out. Monkey Logan starting up very soon. Andy in progress. Andy was up 1-0. The last update Sting gave us. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
for myself,
tied in game 2.
Appreciate it. For myself, Charles Sanford, Stingray, William Brock for co-commentating. And, of course, all the fans who show up tonight. Want to shout out Abian as our ref. Caesar, Drip, Jenna, Luke, Monkey, G-Man, Nick for a little bit of technical issues. Short came in late. Appreciate you. But tonight, and Yepez as well, it was Master Chef Goldie taking the win. Looking to become the new gold standard and take the chain off Vera Gold. As now we'll look to bounce back. Come T2 near theaters near you. Have a good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow with KT back at it with Vapor Steven. We'll see you short in an hour. Have a good one.